Hi everyone, I'm Angie. I'm here to bring you another craft video. Today we're going to make a post-it note holder. These are great little gifts to make for grandma or grandpa, maybe not grandpa, but grandma. Teacher thank you gifts. They work great as little shower prizes to put in a basket. They're just kind of a fun little thing to make. So what you're going to need to make this, you're going to need some 3x3 post-it notes, and they can be any color. Some cardstock, and that's what we're going to use for the outside covering. Some adhesive Velcro dots. They come in just a package like this. This is the 5/8 inch size, and you can get these at the fabric store or the craft store will have these. If you don't have, if you have just regular Velcro at home that's not adhesive, you can go ahead and just use a square of that and you'll just have to glue it in place. But that will work just fine. You're going to need some glue, either a glue stick, probably a glue stick and some liquid glue depending on how you want to decorate your stuff up. And then some scissors and a ruler. So this is the instruction sheet for these. I'm going to have this on the Cannon Falls Library website. You'll be able to download it as a PDF, so that has all the instructions that you need to make these. If you ever have questions on any of this, feel free to email me at the library's email address, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. So we're going to get started. So the first thing we need is our cardstock. And your piece of cardstock needs to be cut down to 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I've already done that. I've pre-done that just to make things a little quicker here for you guys. And then the next thing we need to do is to score these lines. And a scored line is just an indentation in the paper so that the paper folds easier. I'm going to move these out of the way. So I'm going to try and put the instructions here so you can kind of see that, and hopefully I'm all in the frame here so that you can see that as well. So the first thing you're going to do is measure 2 1/4 inches in from each side, and then just mark that with a pencil. So we're going to go 2 1/4 inches, and I like to mark on both sides, so we're going to put a little pencil mark there, and we're going to put a little pencil mark there. Now to score that, I'm just going to line the ruler up with those pencil marks. And I have found that the back of a regular kitchen knife, that you eat with, works really good. So you're just going to line your ruler up there and then just press into that cardstock. And then from that point, you're going to measure another 1/4 inch over, or you can put it at 2 1/2 inches. You're going to make another little pencil line there. And you're going to make another score line. And you're going to score that. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to end up with 2 smaller sections, and then this middle section is going to be 3 1/4 inches wide. So it'll be like a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch square. And that actually fits your post-it notes perfectly right in there. So then what I do is, once you've got your score lines in there, you can go through and erase your pencil marks. I'm just going to erase those. All right, I'm going to set the instruction sheet out of the way now. So we've got our piece of paper with our score lines. I like to take and fold on those score lines before I decorate this up. So I'm just going to go through and fold on those score lines. So that is really the base for our post-it note holder. That gives you the thickness so that when you set your post-it notes in here, it'll go right over the top of that. So now comes the decorating part. And you can decorate these in so many ways. So if you have like scrapbook paper, this is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I've cut down. And I like to cut it a little bit smaller than the size of the post-it note holder so that I get that nice border. You can also use, this is actually a page out of a magazine that I cut, and it just had a picture on the back. So that will also work. and you would just glue that right on there. This is actually a calendar page. So see, there's a calendar on the back. So don't feel like you have to have fancy decorative paper. Look around your house, see what you've got. The other thing that you can use, if you do have like double-sided scrapbook paper, then you can just use that as your actual holder and just fold that up. So I already have the score lines in here. You would just fold that up, and then you would have a decorative inside as well as a decorative outside. You wouldn't really have to do much. But today we're going to use, I think we'll use this magazine page. So I'm just going to move those out of the way. All right, so again, I'm going to use a glue stick for this. And I'm just going to take and put glue stick. Try not to get it all over my cutting mat here. And then I'm going to take and line this up on here. And I like the glue stick because it allows me to move that a little bit. And then as I'm putting it down, I kind of like to fold, like where it's going to fold as you're pushing it down with the glue stick. Okay, so I'm going to push that down a little bit more. I'm going to flip that over, and then when I get to my fold areas, I'm going to fold it right away. And that way you know that it's not going to kind of buckle. Okay, so now we've got our piece of paper there. Okay, so there, that looks really good. All right, so now I kind of like to always decorate something on the front. I'll show you this one. I end up using buttons quite a bit, just to give it some kind of decorativeness on that front flap. So I've got a couple buttons here. I think I like this one. So I'm just going to take some liquid glue. Actually, you know what? We're going to change that up a minute. We're going to put our Post-it notes in there first because I just think that'll be easier. Okay, so your Post-it notes are going to go inside. Now, Post-it notes are kind of sticky anyway, so you can kind of stick them down with that little bit of adhesive that's in there. If you find that that doesn't seem to stick very well, or your Post-it notes are not holding in there, take a little bit of glue stick, run it along the back of your Post-it note, and then slide that back inside there. So I'm just going to slide those back in there. Okay, so now once the Post-it notes are in there, it makes it a little bit easier to glue things down. Okay, so next we're going to take our Velcro adhesive. Get the right pieces there. Okay, so your Velcro has a rough side and it has a fuzzy side. We're going to take the rough side and I'm going to place that down and just kind of eyeball it and center it. And put that rough side on the bottom flap. So this is going to be my bottom flap. Then I'm going to take the fuzzy side and I'm going to place that fuzzy side right down on there. And then I took off the sticky back. Now this is an easy way to line your dots up because otherwise it's really hard. So then you just close that, press really good so that that adhesive sticks to the top. And then you can open that up. So now they're lined up perfectly. So you've got that on there now. Now I'm going to glue my button on now that I've got everything there. So I'm just going to take a little bit of liquid glue. Hopefully this comes out of here okay. Oh, it's not going to come out of there. All right, you get the idea though. So then you take and you just kind of glue your button down on there. So that is how you make those Post-it note holders. Now I will show you on this one here, I actually rounded the top edge of that, and I'll show you how I did that. So, does anybody remember these from school? I don't remember what they were used for, but I happen to have this sitting around my house. So I thought, well, that'll be perfect. So here, we'll do that on this one here. So all I did is take that and just kind of line it up so it was kind of centered there. Took a pencil, drew my pencil line, took my scissors, and I just cut right around that curve. So that's another way to kind of dress that up if you want a little bit more. Here, we'll put some Post-it notes in there. If you want a little bit more stylish front side, and then you could decorate that up with a button. So you can decorate these up with a lot of different things. So like this one, I had some of these, they're felt three-dimensional flowers that we had left from a craft program at the library. So all I did is their sticker back. I just peeled the sticker off and stuck it on the front flap. And then you open that up and there's your Post-it notes. You don't always have to use buttons for the closures. You can use gems. You can use adhesive back gems. So again, just use your imagination. Look at what you have around your house to decorate it up with, and you'll find that there's many different things that you can use. This one here I want to show you. This one is actually a piece of paper that I watercolored. And this type of watercolor is called Crayon Resist Watercolor. And that is going to be the craft class for next week. So I just wanted to show you, I took that paper and I made that into a Post-it note holder as well. So if you're interested in watercolor, join me next Thursday, May 14th, and we'll be doing a watercolor resist class using crayons. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope everybody is stayed safe and healthy. We all miss seeing you every day at the library, and we hope that we'll be opening our doors again soon. Until then, take care, and I hope to see you back for another craft class. Thanks. Bye.